He's at it again, part of a promotion for a Scottish company in Davos. But it's hard not to hear a melancholic tune. After all, by next year's World Economic Forum, Britain should officially be out of the EU. It's still not clear how, so the British Prime Minister cancelled her visit too. You might see Prince William cross your path. He probably won't be commenting on Brexit, though. But others, like this top German economist, are speaking their minds. The terrible thing is that the EU is trying to find a way to make Britain an offer for leaving. That doesn't make sense. We want them to stay in the EU. We want them to be part of it. We have a historic opportunity to turn the situation around. The EU should be making Britain an offer to stay. If Brexit were off the table, Europe could finally concentrate on the future again. It would do well to act now, so that it's not left behind in competition with China and the US. It's time to talk about a new European economic policy. In the US consumer sector, there's the digital platform economy. In China, we see how industry is rapidly digitizing. And one of the big issues here is, what is the future digital infrastructure for European industry? And Davos is, of course, a forum where all that's being discussed. Europe will try to set the tone in Davos this year, even though everything is being overshadowed by Brexit.
All right, let's cross over to Davos and our senior business editor, Ben Fazulin, standing by. Ben, the Brexit conundrum is on many people's minds at the forum, and that's despite the political deadlock that we're seeing in the UK right now, there seems to be some progress. Tell us more.
Yeah, baby steps are being made by Liam Fox, the trade minister, who's basically trying to replicate the EU's trade deals with the rest of the world for the UK and every single other country in the world. So he's got a big job on his hands. You know, Brexit is just around the corner. He's only here for 2 days, but what better place to be? There's no other conference in the world where so many world leaders are. He's already done deals with Australia and New Zealand, so there's the progress. He's also got South Korea on his agenda here, Colombia, Canada, Hong Kong and Israel. He'll also be meeting investors to try assure them that things are going to run smoothly come Brexit in March. And also he's holding a roundtable of CEOs. So I guess he'd have to be the busiest man here in Davos.
Now, Ben, Europe is facing an array of issues. We have Brexit on the one side, and there's a rise of populism, people questioning democracy. How's the mood in Davos in light of these developments?
Well, there's going to be a special address this afternoon from German Chancellor Angela Merkel. She'll be talking about Europe. Today is Europe Day. She'll be trying to assure countries that they need to look outwards, not just inwards. Whether or not that message comes across is a good question. I don't know. CEOs would like to see that as well. I mean, it means that trade will flourish. It means that they'll have better business. Of course, I was talking to one entrepreneur who said that Brexit is a disaster for him. He's got hundreds of jobs on the line because he just does not know what's going to happen. He's got legal costs which are hurting. And this is the situation for many people here.
And Ben, tech is a big issue at Davos every year. Give us the latest that you know on bio-hybrid robotics. What is that?
Good question. The cyborgs are basically already here. This is 3D printed parts that use living animal tissue to create limbs and body parts. At the moment, they're using muscle tissue from rats and sea slugs, but they hope at some stage to use human tissue. And basically, yeah, for people who are missing a finger or a limb, there you go, you become a cyborg. Doesn't it sound exciting?
It does, certainly. DW Senior Business Editor Ben Fazulin reporting from Davos. Ben, thank you so much. Now, on the opening day of the Davos meeting, many eyes were on Brazil's newly elected president, Jair Bolsonaro. In a shorter-than-expected keynote address, the far-right politician tried to sell his new Brazil concept, hoping to drum up business for the country's ailing economy.
Bolsonaro told the World Economic Forum he's opening up Brazil for business. He promised to fight corruption, invest in security, and cut taxes to boost production and generate employment. We want to show that Brazil is taking measures so that the world reestablishes confidence in us. that the business will once again flourish between Brazil and the rest of the world without being guided by ideology. We'll show the world that we're a country safe for investments, especially in the area of agribusiness, which is very important to us. The meeting is the first international outing for Brazil's new president. Top economists are surprised about his popularity at Davos.
It's ironic that the sessions with autocrats dominate and you can't get into them at a place like this yet.
At a time when autocratic strongmen dominate the world's political stage, this year's Davos gives Bolsonaro an air of legitimacy.